All right, take two. I need somebody with a director's thing.
Take two.
All right.
I have one.
Do you really? All right. So we're going to talk today about measures of central tendency. They're not always. You don't often hear that phrase, measures of central tendency. Usually you hear mean, median, mode, and range. But that is what measures. Those are examples of measures of central tendency. They're measures that we have devised to take a group of numbers and look at those numbers in different ways. And by looking at it in different ways, we actually can find some interesting, information about those numbers when we do that. And in fact, they're all sort of related to the center. How does the group of numbers relate to the center, right? I am constantly being asked to move all over the place here. Sorry. I need to paste myself up on the board so I'm not in anybody's way.
I don't think that would be healthy.
That's true. Well, staples. I could use staples. That would be better.
Oh, that would be bad.
Okay, so mean, median, mode, and range. So before my recommendation is, sorry, this is on video. This is how my videos are. Okay, I really recommend that you organize the data in order from lowest to highest first. You don't need to do that really for mean, but you do need to do it for median. You do need to do it for range, technically. I mean, you can sort of do it in your head, but it's helpful to have them. You don't need to do it necessarily for mode, because mode is merely the number of, the one that's repeated the most. But I recommend it, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put these in order. So 1 comes first, and then I have a 2, and then I have another 2, and then I have a 3, and then I have a 4, and then I have a 5, and then I have a 6. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that they are in order, it's so much easier to do this. So it says, first of all, mean. Mean is the same thing as average, right? So to average anything, I think everybody's learned this, right? Everybody, right? You add all the numbers up, and you divide by
The number of numbers are in the set.
the number of numbers that are in the set. Exactly. Beautifully said. So I'm going to add these all up. So it's going to be 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 all over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All over 7, because there are 7 numbers I'm adding together. So 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 5 is 17 plus 6 is 23. So that's 23. So that equals 23 over 7.
That was our homework last night, right?
Which is, yes, 3 and 1, 2, 3, yeah. 2 sevenths. Right? 3 and 2 sevenths. Am I right? So that is my mean, my average. Okay, so that's mean. Now what about median? Median.
Well, you have to put it in order of least to greatest.
And we did. See, this is it. We put it in order of least to greatest. So now what do I do, Liam?
Then you...
So this is in order of least to greatest right here.
Yeah, and so you... excuse me. And then you check off the 1 and the 6, so then you check off the 5.
All right, so I can cross off these two, these two, these two.
And then the middle is 3.
And I have the middle, and the median is the middle, right? Median, you know, like when you're driving down a street, there's a median, you know, cars are going opposite directions between you two. There's a median. It's the middle, right? That's all it is. So it's the middle number. That's your median. So your median is 3 in this case. Now, what about mode?
It's 2.
Mode is the thing that is repeated the most, occurring the most, right? So it would be 2. There's a 2 and a 2, right? So the mode is 2, and the last thing is range. And what is the range? How do you figure out the range? Who knows? So.
You take the greatest number and subtract the least number.
Yeah, the biggest number, 6, subtract the littlest number, 1, and you get 5, right? So 5. Boom. Beautiful. So that was a piece of cake, and I know you guys all know this, but I'm just being sure. There's one set. Now we're going to do a different set because only one of these has a particular complication, which is called the median. It has a complication if you have an even number of numbers in the set, right? So we're going to do this one too. We're going to put them all in order from least to greatest. 1, 1, 1, 2, 5, 5. Okay, so for our mean, that's pretty easy. It's just 1 plus 1 plus, well, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 5 all over 6, right? So 3 plus 2 is 5, 10, 15. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Which is
2 and 3 6.
2 and 3 6, which is 2 and 1/2. Okay, so that's your mean. Now, what about your median? This is the one that changed. That is the reason I put this second example up. How do you figure out the median?
1.5.
So if we use Liam's idea of crossing one out, one out, one out, one out. Now, if I cross these two out, I won't have anything. So what do I do? So, Indu, you were saying something. So.
You find the average of those two numbers.
All right.
You would add them together and then divide.
Exactly. So I take the 2 middle terms, right? Since there is no 1 middle term, there are 2 middle terms in the middle. So I'm going to take both of them, I'm going to add them together, and I'm going to divide by 2, right? So it would be 2 plus 1 divided by 2, which is equal to 3/2, which is equal to 1.5. And everything else is the same. What's the mode?
Well, just 1 and 5.
Ah.
No, 1. Oh yeah, because 1
It's
is
just 1
yeah,
because it's the one that's recurring the most, right? And then the last one is range. What's that? 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay? All of those numbers are sort of related to where is it, I mean, where's the center? That's kind of what they're helping us understand in a way. How are they related in a way to the center? And each one sort of gives you different kind of information. We're going to, at some point when we start looking at some of the graphing stuff like box and whisker charts and some of those, you'll start to see they use medians a lot in box and whisker charts. So you start to see how does medians actually how is median actually useful? Yeah. And so anyways, that is measures of central tendency. Do you guys need me to go any more depth, or do you guys remember all this? Fist of 5. Let me just see. You guys rock. Liam, fist of 5?
I wish I had
Awesome. Okay, good.